ever since I've been seeing a number of the individuals out in the Bond community getting their hands on these Lego DB5 Aston Martins. I have wanted one, and so I went ahead and I ordered one from Amazon, and it was like roughly around $20. And yeah, it's got the Aston Martin logo, 007 on the box, and I was really looking forward to putting this together. Now, when it got shipped to me, I was a little worried because if you can see on the box, it was bent and a little damaged. Okay, let's open it up and let's take a look. So there's 2 bags along with a big book of instructions, and then that right there, that's the base. That's the base for let's just call it the frame. Basically, that's the frame for the car. Everything goes on that. So a couple of bags. A bag number 1. And then there was a bag number 2. Bag 1. And then stickers. Now I was thinking, not a lot of these things you put all the stickers on at the end, but you wind up putting a lot of the stickers on while you're building this thing. So in sequence. So this was a pretty big book, but I was looking forward to it. Now I will admit, I've never been a big Legos guy. I was never really big on Legos. I think of my own, I had friends that had Lego sets, but of my own, this is actually the first Lego set I've ever put together in my entire life. So it was pretty fun. Alright, so I speed things up a little bit because it took about 2 hours, and I didn't want to make you watch the whole thing. Well, you are going to watch the whole thing, just sped up. Okay, so first we put together our little Mr. Bond, and then I put him up to the side, and it was pretty interesting. You find all the pieces there and just follow step by step. So what I was trying to do was I was trying to show the pieces as I put them on, and I think I did that for the first several pages, but then I just started putting them on there, and I wasn't always showing the pieces as I went. Alright, so looks like we got steps 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now this was pretty interesting. This was, what would you call this? Were you, I'm not sure what this assembly part is called on the cars with the tires. So this is where you would be putting the tires, and you put together a couple of these. Oh yeah, that's right, I found the wrench, because it had the picture of James Bond, and he had a wrench in his hand. And the wrench was in a tiny bag that was inside the big bag. So yeah, here's the wheel assembly. And it was a little interesting with some of these pieces, because you're putting these pieces together, and you realize that, you know what, we're not going to be able to see this later. It's all going to get buried eventually. In fact, some of the pieces are kind of interesting, because you put them in there and then you cover them up with other pieces, but they are like the secret sprayers in the back of the car and things like that. It's really cool that they still include them. They could have just said, no, I mean, we're covering it up, so we're not going to put it in the kit anyway. But they do. They put it in the kit. There's a semblance of an engine goes up front. And if you took the hood off, you'd be like, oh yeah, there's like a little engine under here. But you don't realize it because the hood's on top of it. So yeah, those tan pieces there, yeah, that's where the engine kind of like sits on top of those things eventually. And you never do see it. Oh yeah, so the side here, it had stopped recording at one point, and so I was pointing to it because that's where the side stickers went, for showing the DB5, and that was going to be on the side rails of the car. And you can see here, that's kind of the front bumper a little bit, and so we've got both wheel assemblies on there, and now we're starting to build the inside of the car, and then the wheel wells, those went on there, and as soon as those went on, I was just like, oh, this is exciting. It was pretty exciting because now I could see where the wheels were going to be going, and it was all starting to take shape. Okay, so then the inside, you have all these flat pieces, make a nice black interior to the car. That was pretty cool. Okay, let's see, what part was this? I can't remember exactly what part this is here. That's getting put together. Let's see. If I were to guess, I think this was going to be towards the back. Was this towards the back of the car? Yes, it was. Towards the back of the car. And then that's where the back bumper and like the back license plate and things like that was going to be put on there. But there was a lot of interior pieces, as you're going to see. So let's see here. What do we got? Oh, wait a minute, was that the front? Now I'm starting to think that was the front, because that white piece, I think that was where the engine, where it looks like there might be somewhat of an engine that goes in there. So, I can't remember. I put this together a while ago, and I gotta apologize. I wish that I had the setup where I could just do speak as I go, but my phone, I don't think it's got a very good speaker or mic on it. Okay, no, that is the back. That's the back. See, those little pieces, those are like the sprayers in the back of Bond's car, where like the water or oil, and that would get sprayed out of the back. And so they give you those pieces, so they're hidden under there. Now we're making one of the bumpers, and we get the license plate and stick it on there. Okay. That was really cool. Oh yeah, and a little DB5 emblem, a sticker that goes on the side as well. So see, you can see the little sprayers in the back, and sadly, those are just about ready to get covered up. But this was exciting to me too, because I was like, oh, look at this. Look at this. It's the trunk. It's the trunk, and it's got the Aston Martin logo. That was so cool. I liked that part, having the actual logo on there. That was fun to put on. And then start putting on more of the outside of the car, and it's starting to really take shape. You can see the back of the car starting to take some definite shape to it now. I figure if I ever wanted to, I could take those couple of pieces off the back and like have the sprayers exposed, as if they retracted and were being used. So I don't know. I like the look of it completely finished though. I did try to mess with it a couple of times, and it's kind of hard to put some of the pieces back together if they come off out of sequence. So this was interesting. Then you start working on the bottom of the car, and I thought, okay, well, am I adding some extra support down here and things? But no, a whole lot of the assembly on the bottom of this car was to give it that nice chrome bumper. I think here I realized that I used one of the wrong pieces. Yeah, I had used a shiny piece when I should have just used a plain flat gray piece. So now I had my shiny piece, and that was it. It's the chrome of the bumper. That's what those shiny pieces were for. And then putting more of those pieces together, and you can see now you have that nice chrome bumper, and it's symmetrical. It goes around the entire back side of the car, and yeah, those little pieces on the bottom, that's just to really hold the bumper up. And then some other little connectors that have the other little pieces of the bumper that jet out the little bumper guards that are on the back of the car. So these are kind of getting set for those that you'll be installing onto those. And I was really wondering, when am I going to hit the tires? When am I going to put the tires on? And it actually did happen a little faster than I was expecting, but that's not until we get into bag 2. Okay, so we're still taking shape here. Still taking some good shape with the back part of the vehicle, and we've got the back lights on there now. That was pretty cool to put those together. And then we start working on more of the interior. Got the steering wheel in there, and then we're going to go into bag 2. So let's go ahead and take a look at bag 2. Alright, so moved on to bag 2, and then before I start the video on this one, I had spread out the parts and organized them so that they'd be easier to find during the second bag. You know, learn those lessons from bag 1 and applied them on bag 2. So so then you start on bag 2, start working on more of the front of the car. And then, of course, as you're finishing things off, you've got the tires, and then a lot of the exterior of the car that gets put together. So now working on those sides here and getting the support that we're going to be needing for the sides, and to build up put the door assemblies on there. But then, of course, we've got more to do on the interior as well. So let's see, this was one of the seats for the interior, and I kept wondering if there was going to be some kind of an indicator that, oh, this is an ejector seat in the passenger side, because he has the ejector seat. But there was nothing to really indicate that we had an ejector seat in there. And let's see, what do we got here? What are we putting together here? I'm actually kind of forgetting what part this was. I believe it's part of the seat. Yeah. So that might have been a little bit of it right there. It might have pointed to it being an ejector, because I had like a little handle on the side. So I wasn't exactly sure what that was. Maybe it was the emergency brake or something. But and then this is the console. This is the little console, the radar that he uses in Goldfinger when he's tracking Goldfinger, and he has the little beep 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 thing going off to indicate where Goldfinger was up ahead on the road. Okay, so definitely working more on getting supports on the side. finishing off more of the interior. And yeah, and the interior was just a nice, just black interior. Very easy to put together. A lot of flat pieces and then flat shiny pieces, giving it more of the finished look. And then you put down these other pieces, you're filling in some space. And get those front tire walls on there. And starting to really take shape. Okay, yeah, take a look here. And then here we go. We're working on the side doors. And that was a little tricky because, of course, the handles have to be on the right side, and I didn't want to mess it up. I didn't want to have like one of the doors sticker being in the correct direction, and then the other door having the door handle being in the wrong direction. That would have been pretty irritating. Something you'd see and notice like all the time. And I would assume something like this, as with most toys like this, it's like once you put a sticker on, if you take the sticker off and have to re-stick it, like it never seems to stick and stay on. Again, it'll just start peeling off. So look at this now. Now we've got the sides. The sides are coming together very nice. We got the trunk. We got the doors and the sides of the car. And then here we go. Here's some of these little assemblies. You put these other little things together, and then you'll attach it to the big piece. After you've made this little assembly. But again, this is going to come up under the car. And these are the little bumper pieces for the chrome bumper. So these are like the pads. They keep the bumper from getting hit. And it gives it a nice aesthetic. It really does. It looks a little weird until you put it on, but okay. And then more chrome. Getting some more chrome put together here, and that's gonna be make the nice chrome bumper for the front of the car. So here's the worst part of making this video is in doing the voiceover. Of course I start an ASMR channel just as I get over a really bad cold and have a cough that just won't go away and just nagging me. So I'm trying to get this done while fighting back a cough. Okay, looks like that front bumper assembly, it comes together very nicely. And yeah, all those little pieces. And then it sticks into the car. This was interesting. Rather than, it just popped into the front. Now, I believe on the bottom eventually there's some additional support that there's going to be, but until that support is down there, we looks like we're going to finish getting a little bit of more of the sidewall up towards the front. That'll get finished off, and then I can already see that white piece. Yeah, that white piece right there on the diagram. Oh, that's kind of like under the car. I believe that's where the engine's going to be resting on, and that's all going to go on top of the yellow bit in there. So yeah, here we are. This was kind of cool. So it's building the engine block. So built the frame for it, and there, that was interesting. It just kind of slid in there like a spacer. But then it goes in there. So look at that. Now this is what I'm talking about. I know there's a engine under there. Like I just assembled an entire little engine, different pieces, and it's under there. Now they could have just done one big block or something to give me all that same shape, but they don't. They actually give you all these parts, and you realize that, well, you know what? If I lift up this hood, there's like a little engine under here. That was kind of cool. Okay, the front grille, that was already together. The front grille. But look at the Aston Martin logo right on the hood. I remember making sure I put that as straight as I could. Had to, get those stickers on there level and straight. All right. Then a little bit more going on underneath. Was this the exhaust? This might have been. Yeah, I think this was the exhaust pipe. That was super tricky, I gotta tell you. Getting that to line up was really tricky. The directions made it pretty difficult. They really, that was the one piece where I'm like, how does this go in there? So it took me a while to figure it out, but I did finally get it figured out. So the exhaust is on there, and then we're going to be moving on more to the front here in a bit. Oh, look at that! Get the windshield in there, and then we get the pieces there so we can put the top on there. Oh, I must have misremembered about when the tires come along, because I guess that wasn't until near the very end where you actually put the tires together. Going over it all sped up again. I wish I could have put it together this fast when I did it. Alright, so now we put the tires together. And let's just do a little Okay, wow, look how fast those tires went on. A lot faster than I had real time. Look at that. That's a near completed car right there. Look at that. Oh yeah, so all the different license plates. So, no, they don't rotate. That would have been cool if they had the rotating license plate. But they just give you a bunch of extra plates, a bunch of extra stickers, and then you just put it together that way. So I did. I you put the plates on. They're sitting here in a drawer. Okay. So Bond, now he's in there. That's the finished product. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful car. It was so gratifying having put it together, and it was finished. Yeah, those stars shining right there. And yeah, a lot of steps, but boy, was that a lot of fun. And it rolls very nice. It rolled really nice and easy, and it's pretty sturdy. Once it's all together. I mean, if I drop it, there's going to be a couple things fall off, but there's those little bumper. See the little the bumpers there for the bumper, and yep, rolling it around, seeing how it feels. Felt good, I gotta tell you. That was really cool. And yeah, I got the. So yeah, I think what I did was I took off a license plate. There we go. Just because I wanted to show you that they don't rotate, but there you go. You got to do it manually, but you can change up the plates if you want. So there you go. That was it.